Hello, good afternoon. It's that time again. Let's get right to it. I'm not gonna yap. I believe today we're talking about disorientation, and yeah, we're getting towards the end. I think we're doing good. So, as mentioned before, the things that I write, um, it's not 100% certain they'll make it into the final narrative. I like to overcompensate just in case, because you just never know. But yeah, if I'm writing stuff down, maybe or maybe not, it'll get in there. All right, let's see. What do we got tonight? Disorientation. But yeah, it's better just to write a lot just in case. So we're covering like almost every base possible. Okay, so this was fine yesterday. This was anticipatory fear. Okay. All right, let's see what we got tonight. So disorientations should be pretty straightforward. Should be. Hmm. There are moments. There are moments in there are moments in horror games where you stop trusting what you see. Especially in Fatal Frame, that's for sure. We don't need to be we don't need to be that descriptive with sections like this because it's pretty self-explanatory. We all know what disorientation is. There are moments in horror games where you stop trusting what you see, but I guess we can just mention a couple things. Mm. Subtle at first. It's subtle at first. Yeah, this is going to be primarily for Fatal Frame. It's subtle at first. I think maybe he turned the wrong way. It's subtle at first. You think maybe you turned the wrong way, but the more you move, the more the world starts changing. No, slipping. This space feels space feels like it's folding on itself. It's folding on itself. Yeah, this is definitely a Fatal Frame one because you don't really deal with crazy disorientation. Like, not in Resident Evil 2, I guess. Maybe FNAF when you're like stressed out. When you're stressed out looking at the cameras. Yeah, FNAF loosely, but more so this is towards Fatal Frame. If it's the game. or your brain trying to catch up. Okay. There are moments in horror games where you stop trusting what you see. It's subtle at first. You think maybe you turned the wrong way, but the more you move, the more the world starts slipping. The space feels like it's folding on itself. You can't tell if it's the game that's twisting or your brain trying to catch up. Or your brain trying to catch up. Yeah, that sounds fine for now. So let's actually give like examples of how disorientation will actually screw you up. A big one's lighting, definitely lighting, because it takes a while for our eyes to adjust in dim lighting. So definitely lighting. You do lighting or subtle changes too. Yeah, let's talk about lighting. Lighting's a big one. So lighting plays a huge role in that. Like for example, I'm in my room, my studio room right now. This is familiar to me, but if the lights go off, that familiarity just goes away. Okay, so it's a single flicker can turn a familiar room to something foreign. For example, familiar objects, the shape changes. Yeah. Objects lose their shape. Objects lose their shape. I think the worst thing about it is in a situation like this, let's pretend you have a coat hanger and the lights go off. Like you just lose power for some odd reason and your house is just pitch black. Don't ask me how I know. The shit has happened. Like my house gets very dark, but I digress. Let's say you have a coat hanger and you have your coat and a top hat right on top of it. Something that seems normal when the lights are on just completely goes like south as soon as the lights go out. Like that takes a humanoid shape. It's scary. So objects lose their shape. You think you think someone is standing there. You think someone is standing there. But when the light steadies, there was nothing at all. There was a time, I guess I can yap for like a second. There was a time where my house just lost complete power, and it was just pitch black. My dumbass didn't have flashlights readily available, so I was stuck in a horror game. I was actually going around with a lighter. I'm like, damn, I'm actually in an indie horror game right now. Shit, this is what they have to deal with. But no, certain objects got scary. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is a person or is this just something that's shaped like a person. Like your mind under stress is just scary. So, going off of that, your brain scrambles. Your brain scrambles to make sense of it. To find patterns that aren't there. The uncertainty begins to chip away. No, I'm not gonna write sanity. That's kind of like intense. Like that's going a little bit too overboard there. Starts to chip away at you. There are moments in horror games where you stop trusting what you see. It's subtle at first. You think maybe you turned the wrong way, but the more you move, the more the world starts slipping. The space feels like it's folding on itself, and you can't tell if it's the game that's twisting or your brain trying to catch up. Lighting plays a huge role in that. A single flicker can turn a familiar room into something foreign. Your mind starts playing tricks on you. Objects lose their shape. You think someone is standing there, but when the light steadies, there was nothing at all. Your brain scrambles to make sense of it, to find patterns that aren't there. The uncertainty begins to chip away at you. Good. Even the smallest changes. Even the smallest changes can mess with your memory. Even the smallest changes can mess with your memory. Yeah, this is definitely... Well... This is kind of more so for Fatal Frame and FNAF, not Resident Evil at all. Because you don't really deal with shenanigans like this. Who the fuck? But work. Give me one moment. Okay. Alright, so tomorrow's gonna be kind of awkward. I'm definitely gonna be late streaming because I have duties I have to do tomorrow for the whole entire day until like 6:30. So I'll be definitely late tomorrow, but we will get a stream in. Okay. Did I just crash? No, I did not. Okay. I was about to say, alright. Here. So where was I? Even the smallest changes can mess with your memory. You can use FNAF. I'll use FNAF here. Yeah, I'll use FNAF here. Oh my god. Why am I trying to speed? You saw Chica standing stationary. You just saw Chica standing stationary in the camera. All right, I'm gonna be specific with this one. It's like, it's carrying on what I'm saying right here. You're always constantly flipping through the cameras in FNAF. We've all played FNAF. We know what it is. Me personally, I'll look at something, then I'll come back later, then I'll start getting paranoid. Wait a minute, did this object just move, or am I just bugging? This is where I'm getting at. The stress is getting to me. So something that was just normal in the beginning, 5 minutes later might be different in my opinion. You just saw Chica standing stationary in the camera, but due to the stressors of FNAF, it may seem like her position changed. Oh god, this is such a fragment, but we'll fix that later. You start to question your recollection. I definitely question mine at times. You start to question your recognition. Was it always like this? Was it always like this? Yeah, but is it always like this? Till the line between imagine and reality blur. Wow. Just noticed that. That's what makes disorientation. That's what makes disorientation so powerful in horror. You can't even trust your own mind in horror. It doesn't rely on jump scares. It doesn't rely on jump scares or monsters. It doesn't rely on jump scares or monsters. It turns the act of moving simply existing in a space It turns the act of simply existing in a space into a psychological trap. Okay. You lose confidence. You lose confidence in your own perception. You lose confidence in your own perception. Lose confidence in your own perception. And once that happens, and once that happens, no longer exploring. You're no longer exploring. Because you're surviving your own confusion. Alright, what time is it? Alright. Save this. Let's read this again. What time is it? I can start the next section. I still got Yeah, this is still really early. I do gotta have dinner soon, so we can start the next section. There are moments in horror games where you stop trusting what you see. It's subtle at first. You think maybe you turned the wrong way, but the more you move, the more the world starts slipping. The space feels like it's folding on itself, and you can't tell if it's the game that's twisting or your brain just trying to catch up. Lighting plays a huge role in that. A single flicker can turn a familiar room into something foreign. Your mind begins playing tricks on you. Objects lose their shape. You think someone is standing there, but when the light steadies, there was nothing at all. Your brain scrambles to make sense of it, to find patterns that aren't there. The uncertainty begins to chip away at you. Even the smallest changes can mess with your memory. You just saw Chica standing stationary in the camera, but due to the stressors, Jesus Christ. But due to the stressors of FNAF, it may seem like her position changed, even though it didn't. I'm gonna fix that later. You start to question your recognition. Was it always like this? Until the line between imagined and reality blur. That's what makes disorientation so powerful in horror. It doesn't rely on jump scares or monsters. It turns the act of moving or simply existing in a space into a psychological trap. You lose confidence in your own perception, and once that happens, you're no longer exploring, you're surviving your own confusion. Pretty straightforward. You're right there, aren't you? All right, give me 1 second while I grab my note. My note. We can do the next section. Let's see. Yeah, I can't stress it enough. Always keep an iPad for notes. You never know when it can come in handy. Betrayal. All right. So that's an easy one. I'm definitely gonna change that sentence up. All right. What? Whoops. Let's see. Hmm. Let me just reread this in my head real quick. Just give me a moment. Okay, this is fine. I'm gonna definitely change the Chica sentence though. Give me one moment just to see if Warp didn't text me back. Okay, cool. Okay, so betrayal, 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 betrayal. We're not gonna do like the like a Wesker, a star, a separate betrayal type of thing. We're gonna do something different here. The betrayal of the space you thought was safe. Okay, yeah. So betrayal in horror games. Betrayal in horror games. No. Isn't about enemies or traps. Why'd I put a comma there? But enemies or traps. Let's actually change the song up. It's about the trust that was broken. It's about trust broken. It's about trust broken in ways. In ways. In ways. You didn't realize. God. Betrayal in horror games isn't just about enemies or traps. It's about the trust broken in ways you didn't realize you have. Hmm. Each step. Step into a room you thought you knew and it felt safe. And it felt safe. You know what? Let's bump to Resident Evil. Let's bump to horror music. Well, Code Veronica music is such a movie. We won't listen to Code Veronica music. Let's go to Resident Evil 2. Why not? Oh yeah. Oh man, this is so close to home. It's Ada's gun. It's empty. Man, they hit you so hard with that one. Sure, and I died, but damn, that Ada scene hit you hard. But suddenly it's not. Because the environment has turned against you. Trouble in horror games isn't just about enemies or traps. It's about the trust broken in ways you didn't realize you had. You step into a room you thought you knew, and it felt safe, but suddenly it's not. The environment has turned against you. So, everything you relied upon, relied on to orient yourself. I don't need to do Windows backups. All right. Hold on. There we go. The environment has turned against you. Everything you relied on to orient yourself. Every instinct, every memory starts to fail. So why does this betrayal suck the most? Okay. This is how you can't even trust your damn environment. This is the betrayal. This is the kind of betrayal. This is the kind of betrayal that hurts the most, I think. That hurts the most. No. We could say that, but personally think it's the one that hurts the most, but you might not think that's the one that hurts the most. Hell, getting betrayed by Wesker, damn, that shit sucks. So yeah. Or this song, Ada betraying you. It's the kind of betrayal that gets under your skin. Under your skin. Because you not only doubt yourself, but you're doubting the world around you. You're not only doubting yourself. No. Well, You begin to doubt. You begin to doubt not just the space around you. There we go. I guess you thought I was talking to you. So yeah, was that shadow actually moving? Was that shadow actually moving? Or was I just imagining it? No. The game doesn't just have to show you monsters. The game doesn't just have to show you monsters. Actually, no. The game doesn't have to show you monsters. It shows enough. The trail is enough. In a way, the game world is betraying you. No, game world is actively deceiving you. Deceiving you. Safety was just an illusion from the start. Betrayal in horror games isn't just about enemies or traps. It's about the trust broken in ways you didn't realize you had. You step into a room you thought you knew, and it felt safe, but suddenly it's not. The environment has turned against you. Everything you relied on to orient yourself, every instinct, every memory starts to fail. This is the kind of betrayal that gets under your skin. You begin to doubt not just the space around you, but your own judgment. Was that shadow actually moving? Or are you just imagining it? The game doesn't have to show you monsters. The betrayal is enough. In a way, the game world is actively deceiving you. Safety was just an illusion from the start. Okay. It's pretty good. Wait, what time is it? Alright. I think I'm kind of running out of time, but so let's kind of wrap this up. And it's not only just that, it comes in like layers, for example. And it hits in layers. And it hits in layers. Because physical spaces can betray you. It's going. The safety of your left and right door in the security office. How convenient that they never the power just this. That all right. We won't even into that. Visible spaces can betray you. The security office doors. No. Yeah, that's good. Let's not forget audio cues. Big one. Auditory. If I can actually spell. Auditory cues. Auditory cues that are supposed to do one thing but deliver something else. They sound a certain way. They're supposed to sound a certain way. I don't even think we need to go that crazy. Even your emotions can betray. Even your emotions. Even your emotions betray you. Even your emotions betray you. Because the longer the environment, because the longer the environment undermines your expectations, the more your nerves start to unravel. Okay. Every choice feels heavy. Every choice feels heavier. Every choice feels heavier. Because the rules you thought applied. Because the rules that should. Every choice feels heavier. Because the rules you thought applied no longer do. There we go. Because the rules you thought applied no longer do. Okay. I think we're good. Let's do a concluding passage, then I think we're good. Betrayal. Is what makes fear last. Betrayal is what makes fear last. Because it's one thing to be, it's one thing Fuck. Okay. It's one thing to be startled by a monster. It's one thing to be startled by a monster. It's one thing to be startled by a monster, but it's another to realize the place you trusted has turned against you. Holy shit, it's been 15 minutes already. Fuck. Again, excuse my French. Alright. Damn, that 15 minutes went by fast. Fuck it. We'll chill with Code Veronica for the next few minutes. It's one thing to be startled by a monster, but it's another to realize that the place you trusted is working against you. Controller. The game has made you question. The game has made you question your own ability to move through these spaces. No, to trust the spaces you move through. Okay. We need a good final sentence. In horror. Trail doesn't scream. In horror, Trail doesn't scream. Forces you. It forces you to confront the truth. Oh, we're gonna be diabolical. It forces you to confront the truth. That sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't what's chasing you. Isn't what's chasing you. I'm not an alcoholic, but this is where I would grab flask, but we're cutting now, so I can't do that. It forces you to confront the truth that sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't what's chasing you. It's the game world that you thought was protecting you the entire time. Oh, that's so cringy. We're going with it. It's the game world. It's the game world you thought. It's the game world you thought was protecting you all along. All right, let's read this all and we'll see how this sounds. Okay. First, these old eyes of mine. Okay. Betrayal in horror games isn't just about enemies or traps. It's about the trust broken in ways you didn't realize you had. You step into a room you thought you knew, and it felt safe, but suddenly it's not. The environment has turned against you. Everything you relied on to orient yourself, every instinct, every memory starts to fail. This isn't the kind of betrayal that gets under your skin. This is the kind of betrayal that gets under your skin, excuse me. You begin to doubt not just the space around you, but your own judgment. Was that shadow actually moving, or were you just imagining it? The game doesn't have to show you a monster. The betrayal is enough. In a way, the game world is actively deceiving you. Safety was just an illusion from the start, and it hits in layers. It hits in layers. This is why we prove. It hits in layers. Physical spaces can betray you, such as the security office doors that should shield you start malfunctioning. Physical spaces can betray you, such as the security office doors that should shield you begin malfunctioning. Auditory cues that are supposed to sound a certain way but deliver a completely different sound. Even your own emotions betray, because the longer the environment undermines your expectations, the more your nerves start to unravel. Every choice feels heavier because the rules you thought applied no longer do. Betrayal is what makes fear last. It's one thing to be startled by a monster, but it's another to realize that the place you trusted is working against you, and it lingers long after you put the controller down. Yikes. The game has made you question your own ability to trust the spaces you move through. In horror, betrayal doesn't scream. It forces you to confront the truth that sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't what's chasing you, it's the game you thought was protecting you all along. It's the game world you thought was protecting you all along. There's my diabolical sentence for today. Anyways, good stuff. We got 2 sections done in 50 minutes. Nice. So we're almost done with this. I think we have like a couple more sections left, and we'd actually get to the case studies. Then again, I'll be adding a horror movie analysis, which I've done in the past before, which we tie in a specific horror movie to the narrative we're writing. So this is gonna be a long video. I'm looking at least at 40 minutes plus for this. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. We'll talk later.